last episode I had the caramel Rolo and the Kinder Bueno. After I ate them, I felt really bad. I'm not blaming the chocolate bars. I was feeling something coming on all day, and that night I succumbed to the flu. It was something I felt creeping on me ever since I took the dog for a walk and didn't cover myself too well. But there is a theory that sugar lowers your immune system and makes you vulnerable to sickness. In that regard, what happened to me goes along with this theory. I used to have very dramatic sicknesses back then, flus, colds, fevers when I used to eat chocolate bars. In those days, whenever I got sick with a virus, the standard winter viruses, it would be really bad. I would completely become debilitated. When I got the cold, I don't know if it's just something related to age, being young at that time, or it's more related to the junk food I ate, but there was definitely a big difference when I stopped eating junk foods. I did not get sick for the years afterwards, until maybe I started getting sick again the way I used to when I started eating meat again after going off out of my vegetarian diet about 2 years ago. So for the longest time span, I was practically cold and flu, fever, cough free. So from the age of between 16 to the age of 33. I was pretty much free from those annoying and very socially damaging sicknesses, symptoms, or rather, the runny nose, the husky coughing, the really disturbing coughing, and coughing is the symptom I used to dread the most, especially because I would be suffocating in my own phlegm, and I hated the sound I would make when I could no longer suppress my cough. Be a horrible, old lady cough like sound. Someone trying to take their last breath, if you will, and will just permeate the whole space. And it's not like those formal coughs. No, it's very horrible sounding coughs that make you think you're sick, as well as the person who's making the cough. Like, oh, that's not the way it sounds. Yeah, I can't produce it. It has to be like you're drowning in your own spit, in a slime kind of cough. So when I stopped eating chocolate bars and the junk food, the sickness I used to be so familiar with, sicknesses I used to be so familiar with as a young kid, because they had such effect on me socially. They affected how I behaved, as I was ashamed of the symptoms they caused. I was ashamed displaying the symptoms around the other people in school. And I felt very oppressed in a sense, because and very inferior, because I was too shy to relieve myself in front of my classmate and other people in social situations. I had great resentment over sicknesses. So when I stopped being sick, in a sense that I no longer had runny noses and coughs, hardly noticed fever or chills. It was a sense of gain. I felt I lost the junk food in order to gain a solid immune system. I valued that, but as time went on, I wasn't sure how healthy I really was, whether I was in a constant state of fever or a constant state of lung congestion, whether I was breathing optimally. And eventually my viewpoint became that being sick was is a good thing. Occasionally getting the flu or fever, cough, cold is beneficial, as it allows you to get the filth out of your system. I now appreciate getting sick, so I can clear out my system of all the dirt and revitalize it. The one thing I think is a powerful experience with these sicknesses these normal sicknesses is that you see how vulnerable. It's a reality check, and that you see how vulnerable you really are, because it can make you bedridden as often as it does to me, as it usually does to me. It makes me bedridden, and you see how weak you can become. You see that you're not invisible, and you depend on people. So whether or not certain foods lead you to dramatic sicknesses, in my point of view, and I'm talking about sicknesses that you can recover from here, like the flu, cold, fever, cough, those particular ones, and only those ones really. So the foods that lead you to those sicknesses, if we can identify them or suspect them, I do not necessarily regard as foods you must avoid. And in my point of view, chocolate bars and junk food and meat do lead you to those sicknesses, in my opinion. But again, some sicknesses are, I believe, beneficial. The day before New Year's Eve, I went to the dollar store again and picked up some chocolate bars. This time I got Mr. Big. Coffee Crisp, and this, which I might have or might have not ate before, called the Big Turk. I'll start with Mr. Big. This one is very, I think, similar to O. Henry. I can't remember the difference between this and O. Henry. It's a very filling chocolate bar. Probably the biggest, the most value for the buck you can get. And has this powdery sugar filling, with wafers. Yes, that dark chocolate smell I recognize. So after 20 years, I'm eating an O. Henry bar again. This is a very holistic food. It's very well rounded. Got some puffed rice, peanuts, a chocolate coating, caramel, wafer, and this sugary powder-like filling. It's nothing more you can ask for, really. It's like eating a meal in dessert form. Doesn't have a particularly appealing flavor, but all that stuff I mentioned in combination is very satisfying. Someone who likes to eat a lot, and I'm one of those, will enjoy this very much. It's a satisfactory sweet. Another highlight of Mr. Big is its rough texture, which makes you feel like you're eating something substantial that can satisfy the hunger. Coffee crisp. this one, another one with a powdery filling and crunch. It's a particular novelty for kids, and that they don't eat, they don't consume coffee, so it's a rare occasion for them to sample this category of food, and yeah, I used to enjoy it very much. I'm not sensing the coffee. It hardly has the flavor of iced coffee that I used to remember it had. Many layers of that compact powdered like sugar like fillings. Just trying to wash away the flavors of the previous chocolate bar so I can zero in what I'm eating here. Right now, I'm not detecting anything pleasant. Well, it's a disappointment. Feels like I'm biting into a block of compact sugar, a sugar cube, and with a hint of milk that's gone a little off. The coffee, I'm not sensing. That's very disappointing. There is substantial crunch and crumble to it. Nothing though that mitigates the not so nice flavor of it. This is one of the iconic chocolate bars, so I am very disheartened by the fact that it didn't meet my expectations. Three words: no, no, no. I don't want to eat that chocolate bar again. Big Turk. I don't know what to expect with this one, but I might have had it before. Okay, I did not have this before. So, first thing, that my eye catches has a red or pink filling, a very weird color. And I can tell you what it is just having the first bite. It's a gummy bear covered with chocolate. The combination is not particularly well suited the chocolate basically creates a separation between the chunks of it's basically a lubricant, you can say, between the pieces of gummy beer or whatever you call it. When you chew it in your mouth, just acts as an in-between of the chunks of gummy bear. Just texture. The chocolate just serves as a texture addition to the gummy bear. The flavor of the chocolate does counteract the flavor of the gummy bear, but not in a good way. So the Big Turk is a no to me as well. Now gummy bear, when you eat it, you just want to chew, you don't want to say anything. So, okay gummy bear, but it's not worth buying If I wanted to eat gummy bears, I would rather buy the normal gummy bears.